Namaste. 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 Dearest beloved ones, we come at a time of August 17th. We have 2 weeks of August left. This August, we were asked to prepare to go through several gateways, energy surges, stargates, portals. For some of you, you understand these words. For some of you, these are foreign words. For some of you, they might even sound like ridiculous words. How do we put words, names, on these precious days that are in the present moment of this now? Come. Come into my heart. Come. Come into my heart so I can come into yours, where our hearts are timeless and our heart knows no dates. Our heart only knows this moment of this now, and it is precious. For much of my leadership classes and my divinity groups, I have a tendency now and then to read to them the obituary page. I read out loud the names of those whom stand so bold within the papers that I read, and I give to them not only their names, perhaps the story of their lives, and when indeed the day ended. And I say to them, it is most important that we live our choices on this particular day, not only for ourselves, but let us say yes to life for those whom have not gotten that opportunity. I know for myself, I am being asked to look at the circumference of my life. I'm asked to go inside out and outside in, and to look at all the different areas of my life, and to make changes if indeed they are needed. This takes a bold and brave stand, and I ask for all of us at this time. And this is a sacred time of cosmic change. The earth is in a radical shift time, and this is the time for radical choices. And yet, these choices still remain loving and simple and pure and kind. Whether it is Master Jesus or Babaji, whether it is Krishna or Mary Magdalene, whether it's St. Francis of Assisi or Mother Teresa from Calcutta. They all were beings of light who made choices for themselves, but also knew that those choices affected the whole of the world. So I come to you today to teach you only 3 words in making choices for this coming week and perhaps the next. The 3 words of which I would like to help you understand, as I helped myself to understand them more, is the first one is called disassociation. The second one is called association. And the third one is called expanded association. Because we are on a precipice of time, a precipice of movement, of change, we ask now all citizens of the global universe that we are so interconnected to. We ask right now that we honor the frequency of the holy light of the God essence that reigns in us all. And we disassociate from any behavior, thoughts, feelings, and sometimes it could be perhaps people, places, things. We disassociate from bad behavior, from habits that indeed do not serve us any longer. And to disassociate means that we've taken a good and holy look at them. And perhaps they served us at one point, but they do not serve us anymore. And so we unplug from those behaviors, from those thoughts, from those feelings, from what we said the last time, the blame-shame game. We disassociate from the evidence of great excuses. We disassociate from procrastination. We disassociate means we unplug from energies that do not serve us and do not serve the highest of all and for all. The second word is association. Do you know that birds of a feather flock together? Do you know that there are many people who are now coming to spiritual centers and churches and synagogues and holy places, that they are wanting to associate with a higher resonance, with a higher understanding of their deep internal beloved God that lives within them? Do you know that there are millions of awakenings that are happening every minute and every hour of every day? Do you know that association means entrainment? Do you know that association and entrainment means that when we pray to the great gods and the great masters and the great saints and the great holy ones, that we are in training and association with them? This, my loves, is the most important thing to do, is to disassociate from those things that do not serve us and to associate with those beautiful things that create joy and light and laughter and love. For joy and laughter and light and love are the highest frequencies that you can possibly have here upon this planet. God is joy. God is love. God is bliss. When we associate with these feelings, when we entrain with those feelings, and perhaps the people in our life whom indeed are so exhilarating, fulfilling these joyous feelings, and we connect with them in a sincere and holy way, and we become joyful just as they are. This association creates heaven here on earth. The third one was expanded association. Expanded association is this. It is intentional and it is purposeful. It is intentional and it is purposeful. Expanded association means that we stretch and we indeed go above and beyond those people, places, things of which we used to associate with, and we now, let's say, on a sheet of paper, put 5 places that you've always wanted to perhaps go to, or 5 people that you know that are holy and great service to mankind, people who you know who have a higher consciousness, and you put their names on a piece of paper. So if it's a person or a place or a thing that indeed you know has a high frequency vibration, that with purpose and intent you might indeed plan to go there, to visit an ashram, to visit a spiritual center that you've never been before. Perhaps it is to find a spiritual teacher that you've never dedicated a year to. What would happen if you expanded this association to not only going to church on Sunday mornings, or not just simply praying when things are terribly wrong, or that you are in terrible need? What would happen, do you think, if you did, with purpose and intent, did expanded association?